Welcome to Higher Heights Unleashed, the voice of Hempstead ISD. I'm Superintendent Herbert O'Neill. This podcast is where we celebrate growth, share our journey, and highlight the people moving our district forward. Together, we're building foundations and reaching higher heights. Let's begin. This is Herbert O'Neill, and we are back with the Higher Heights Unleashed podcast. And I am super excited today because I have three young men, three great Bobcats here with me to have a great conversation about some of the successes that they've had. And that's important to me and to us as a community to hear from our students and celebrate them for the great things that they do while attending high school. And so I'll start with them and let them get an opportunity to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Casey Seats. I'm color guard lieutenant, and I am also a senior. And I'll be moving on from this, and I don't want to.
Hello, I'm Tristan James Allen, and I'm a junior here at Hempstead High School, and I play a role in the one-act play, and I'm also a part of the speech team.
Hi, I am Montrell Krigler, and I am a senior in high school, and I also play in the one-act play as well.
Awesome. I see they have all their big man voices going on. It's pretty cool. They've been already a fun group to hang out with so far. But we want to kind of get in and talk with them about just some of the things that they participate in. And I want to be honest with our audience. We have seen a lot of success this semester. And I'm very proud of that. But I want you to hear from them because they're the students that put in the work. I know they have great directors and sponsors that work with them and help prepare them, but they get out there and do the work. And so, Casey, we did exceptionally well in color guard this past weekend. And so I want you to tell us a little bit about what went down this past weekend and talk about a little bit about the journey with color guard.
So, I guess I'll start where it began for me. It began my freshman year when I decided to join color guard. There was a lot of growth. That year, when we went to nationals, was the first year we had walked away with a first place ensemble trophy. That is very rare for us, or was. And then sophomore year, we had the addition of 2 new members. I think one of them ended up dropping. I don't quite remember. But we did have the addition of new members. And that was also a challenge because I think that was also the first time we had been put into leadership roles. Because freshman year, I was just a member. I did my part, and I did that. And then I had to do more than my part my sophomore year because I was now lieutenant. I've been lieutenant all throughout my time with color guard. And it's a lot more because not only do you have to worry about yourself, but now you have to worry about the team. You got to worry about, okay, I'm doing my thing right, now I got to make sure everyone else is doing their things right. 3 years I've struggled with it, and I think I'm finally starting to get an understanding of how it works on my final year. But I feel like it's a lot of work. One thing, and sophomore year, it took a lot. And especially because the song we had chosen doesn't exactly have an exact tempo. It was Over the Rainbow, and it's the Hawaiian guy who sung it. I believe he was Hawaiian. But it was the Over a Rainbow song, and it was very hard to, get the counts for that. And it's also a huge credits to our coaches, especially Veda Garcia, a previous graduate from Hempstead, because she took a lot of time out of her personal days and things like that to come back and teach us routines that she would make for these. She came my freshman year. She taught us our freshman year one, sophomore, junior, and now my senior year. She has taught all of them, and she has made all of them. And she did a fantastic job. The routines every time are so amazing. And they are what help us get to first place nationals. And for the ensemble, which we were ensemble for 2 years, which was my freshman and sophomore year, we were an ensemble. We got first place both times, and then my junior year, we transitioned to a team. This was a lot harder because teams had to have a minimum of almost 10 members.
Right.
I believe at the time we had around 7, and it's the growing of the team size. You have to worry about a lot more. There's more that goes into it, and it's harder. And that year we didn't advance to nationals. Our score, I believe, was 275.
How was that when you learned that you didn't advance to nationals? How did that feel?
Oh, it was heartbreaking because we had such a streak and we had it going and going. But also I feel like it benefited us.
Okay.
Because breaking the streak is no longer keeping the pressure of, I have to do this. We didn't have to do it anymore because it was already broken. And at the same time, I feel like that released a lot of stress from us and was able to let us come back this year and do an even better job than we did the year before. Because at regionals, I can't remember all the trophies off the top of my head because there's a lot. I definitely think out of all the teams that we have stood up the most to go get an award. Because regionals, we were one of the... I'm going to be honest, there's not many color guards there for regionals. I think there was one other color guard competing in the same category, and we blew them out the water. I'm being honest, we really did. And then for state competition, I believe there was around 4 other teams. There was more competition this time around, and we still did really good. And then nationals, I can name these because we just got them. We got a bunch more trophies, not just for the team. The team had gotten a, I believe, Grand National Award banner, which is like 2 times the size of any banner we have previously gotten. And the first place team trophy as well, which is very nice to see. Along with a first place ensemble for a trio we did that just included the seniors.
Okay.
And then I had gotten, for my personal, a 5th place trophy for a solo that I had done based around the Onceler from the Lorax.
Yeah, and congratulations to that. I thought that I saw that you got an individual award 5th place. That's a great congratulations.
And it wasn't just me. There was also Emily Hernandez, who actually scored 3rd, higher than I had.
Wow.
She is our color guard captain. I also want to shout her out because she's also done a lot. We have put in a lot of time. And if I had a little more time, I'd sit here and I would just name every single person. I don't know all their last names.
Because we're almost out of time. But what I do want to highlight that it didn't say was they were named national champions again this year. And so, man, I'm proud of the work that y'all have done. And I see how hard you all work. I see you all going to that band hall just about every day after school, going to put in the work. And I know it's not easy, but you all are representing Hempstead High School with pride. I appreciate that.
Yes, we and that's one thing I want to say, and that's one we also all have in common here. Tristan with speech and theater with Montrell, and me with color guard. It's not just us that put in work. We put in a lot of work, but that's also said it's not just us. It's everybody else that would included in our events.
I agree.
And we put a lot in, and it really means a lot to be here and to say this. And I've put a lot into color guard, and I don't know if I'm going to do it in the future. And it kind of upsets me, but at the same time, I got to move on. I got to do other things in my life.
And I'm like, what's color guard going to be without Casey? So we'll see. We've got great other individuals, of course, and we want to recognize them. But it's always, when we think of color guard, we always see Casey. And so thanks for that, Casey. And so we got Tristan Allen here, and Tristan's involved in multiple things, but we're going to talk to Tristan a little bit about speech, and we also started our first debate team this year, but Tristan did really well in speech this year, and he talked about, or I want to say, we won the overall team speech award, but Tristan, talk to us a little bit about you in speech and the journey that we've been on trying to get this team award, and I know you've been doing this for a couple of years, so talk to us about that.
Yeah, so speech, I first joined it as a freshman, and when I joined, I didn't really know about the process and what it really was, and I joined as a freshman because to get the exposure and to get experience, And at the time, there were many seniors in there, and they helped me and taught me about what it was. And I kind of joined like the week of district as a freshman, and I got help from seniors, and I advanced to region. And then last year, we just had a late start with speech, and we didn't really get the best results that we expected to get. Mm-hmm. And it kind of was like a wake-up call for this year. And this year, we started off early. We got a team together, and we started finding pieces at the beginning of the year so we could get a head start. And with speech, you can't just look up online a piece to do. You have to find a book that relates to the topic of the speech categories. And then you have to read that book and cut 7 minutes out of it to tell a story to make the judges feel something for you. And it's not easy, but we all got together and we discussed it and we got our pieces together and we started going to these practice competitions early on in the year. And the first one we went to was Waller, and there was a lot of 5A and 6A schools there.
It's a big time meet right there.
It was a big meet. Mm-hmm. It was our first meet of the year.
And Waller has had a lot of success in UIL academics as well.
Yeah, we went to Waller, and we did not have the best results there. None of us really advanced.
Did that encourage you? Did that motivate you to try to work harder and do better, or what?
After that competition, we all like looked at each other and it was like, it's time to get our lives together. And that next week came around and we really like locked in, and we went back to the drawing board with our schedules, and we scheduled like time periods for certain people to come in, and we were going to work you on this time, work you on this time, so everyone could get the good amount of time into it. And then the next practice competition came around, and me and a few others, me, Tanae, and a few other people, we went there and we actually won the contest. And it felt great to actually bounce back from not making it to finals before and then getting a first place medal. And then we continued to go to a few more practice contests, and we continued to win each one of them. And it just fueled us more to get ready for district. And the journey, it started off a little rough, and it started to feel better, and we started to work more and more. And then district was this past week, and we just went there and basically swept for speech.
I know that's right.
And we haven't gotten the overall speech award in a long time. I don't think we've gotten it.
It's been about 13 years since we've done this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and to get that speech overall award, that means that every speech category that they have at competition, our school gathered the most points from any other school in the district in all of those competitions combined.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to accomplish, because you not only have to be great in one, but you have to be great in all the speech competitions. And it was great to get that plaque. Plus, we got first place in prose, poetry, and informative extempt. And we're all advancing to region, which is in about 4 weeks. And we just have to put in more work to prepare for that.
Yeah, so right now, so congratulations to you and your team. So will you? So you'll still be practicing on your same piece as you move to regionals? Is that how it works, or do you get a new piece? How does that work?
You keep your same piece that you've picked out, and you just have to get your feedback back from district that the judges give you, because they give you feedback on how to fix your piece.
I didn't know that.
Like, each judge writes down their critiques and what they liked about it and what they think you could work on. And you take that, and we're just going to imply all of those notes into our pieces for before regionals. And we're going to just work harder, because regionals is a lot more, it's very competitive. There's going to be a lot bigger schools that all advanced out of district, and they're going to be ready to...
Do they give an overall speech team championship at regionals? Does that exist, or is that just a district?
There is a team award. I know that, because if your team ranks high enough, I know that your team can advance the state. Like, your overall team is able to advance the state.
Got it. So we've talked a little bit about color guard and successes, and UIL with speech and debate, and want to talk to Montrell, and then we'll do a little bit of jumping in, but talk to Montrell, who's having his first year with One Act Play, and I know Tristan has been involved in One Act Play for the last 3 years. Is that correct, or is it 2? Is this your third year?
This is my third year.
Okay, third year. And Montrell, it's your first year. Talk to us about how all of this has been for you with One Act.
Ooh, it's been a journey. That's for sure. I know that when I first joined theater, I was a junior, and I was just looking for something to do, and I didn't think I was going to stay long in theater, so I joined, and it was in the middle of One Act season last year, and the show that the company was performing was called, like, Cosimer, right? Mm-hmm. It was called Cosimer.
Yeah, I think I remember. You kind of got in, like, in the middle of the thing. You kind of had there's no smaller roles, but you were more of a...
I was ensemble.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. At first, I was tech, and then we lost a person, and we had that scramble for area. You had that scramble, and then I got put in as, like, ensemble for, like, a small character.
Okay.
And then that kind of, like, kicked off I guess my short time acting career now, but I was playing as a character that was like the love affair interest for like a female character, and that's all I did. And we made it out of area. We definitely made it out of area, but we kind of fell short in regionals, and that was like a devastating moment for not just me, but like for everyone else. And at that moment, it was like where the company realized that next year we're gonna have to hit like better and stronger. And at that moment, I also realized that maybe if I stay, I could probably like benefit and help us get to where we need to be today.
Yeah. So what show are y'all doing this year?
This year we're doing Lord of the Flies.
So what happens in Lord of the Flies? And y'all both can join in if you want to, and then we'll talk about some of your awards, Montrell. Mm-hmm. But what happens, and what is Lord of the Flies about? What happens?
So Lord of the Flies is a book written by, what's his name again? You remember? I don't remember, but it was some dude in the 1930s. In the 1930s.
There's a lot of books there.
Yeah.
And it's about like a group of kids that got hit in a crossfire from a war. They crash into an island, and they're fighting to survive. And in that island, they try to like come together and have meetings or whatever. And then the main characters like Jack, which is Tristan, Ralph, such as Tanae DeWaldy, shout out to him, and then me playing as Ralph.
Y'all kind of get into it a little bit, and y'all kind of feud in the play from what I've seen.
Our characters, Jack and Ralph, me and Montrell, we start off as these. We kind of click instantly in the show, like we're like good friends, and we have fun together, and we're just like trying to survive. And then as the play builds, we tend to go different ways in our perspective of like what we
Ralph
want to do.
Holds it together, and Tristan, you kind of lose your mind.
Yeah, my character kind of he goes a little crazy on the island.
Yeah,
Ralph's trying to hold it together and like let's get saved and get out of here, and my character's like, nah, let's just live on the island.
And then you're over there like this is like the soul of the pig or whatever. You're like,
there's all these interesting moments, and so let's talk about, we had the first, we had district, and we get 2 awards, and of course we celebrated everything, and then they announced that you were best performer. How was that for you? And I know Tristan's kind of had some of that love. How was that for you for the first time?
To be honest, when I first got best performer in district, I didn't think I was going to get it. I thought I performed very terribly. I was probably like my worst.
Well, you basically say that after every
run,
Montrell, honestly.
But for district, it was like really bad for me, and I didn't think I was going to get best performer. And I was kind of preparing for that when they did the awards, and when they called me up for best performer, I was speechless. Because not only was this my first year in acting, I got like the highest award first round go, and I think that's probably the highest peak that I would like ever reach there for district. And then to get it again in by district, with not just by myself but with Tristan, just like the two of us, I don't know, it just made me feel like maybe there is something more than.
So how was that for both of y'all? How did that feel?
It felt great, and like it's one thing for one of us to get it, and for both of us to be the two leads in the show to get, because they only give out 2 best performers, which means that we were both like, for us both to get it.
Yeah, they usually give it to one show and give it to another.
It's rare that a judge will give them both to the same school, and that means that you really had like an outstanding performance together. Yeah. And it's really, I feel like it's fueled both of us to work harder in rehearsals and really push all of our younger, lower classmen actors and trying to get them
Peers.
and keep them motivated and to really kick our show and get it on the road.
Yeah, and I'm going to jump to you, Casey, again. So as you get ready to exit, what do you feel is going to be your legacy with Color Guard and some of the things that y'all have done, and that you're going to talk to some of the younger students about? What is your legacy, and what are your words for them to keep the tradition going of excellence?
Oh, God, that's a hard one, because I know that I've definitely been behind some sort of legacy of being kind of record-breaking, because my freshman year, it was record-breaking of getting the ensemble for Color Guard for the first time ever, and then again, first-place team for the first time ever. It is record-breaking. But it is, and I can only trust that people that are taking over are going to have that same drive, that same sort of mentality that we had throughout the years we've been doing this. And something Tristan said earlier is the bouncing back, like going from nothing and coming back to something.
Yeah.
I feel like that was my junior year when we didn't go at all, and we had bounced back to this year to being definitely, even though we weren't the biggest team there. Because how it's organized is that there are your ensembles, which is like your duets, trios, not a lot of people. And then there's your team performances, which is more people, and then around 10 people-ish. Then there's your winter guards, and your winter guards were huge.
Yeah.
They have like 20 or more people, and they're not just using flag, but they're also using rifle and saber in their performances as well. We keep it simple, and we just use flag. But the winter guards are massive. And out of all of those teams, I can gladly say Hempstead got up the most to go get a trophy.
Wow, that's pretty great. But I love what you said about having resilience. And so let's talk about that a little bit, about having resilience, maybe not having a great moment, having a downtime, and coming back. So Tristan, let's talk to you again about resilience. Maybe when you don't do so well, don't have a good performance, what does that do for you and your teammates around you to come back and say, hey, we've got to nail it this time? What do you think about resilience?
Yeah, resilience is a big thing, and I think especially after getting an early success and getting a first place in something, and then after winning something, not winning it, and next time after a practice competition, winning it and then not winning another one, it really hits harder once you know that you have the capability to do really well, and then when you have some days where you don't, it hits harder, and it just really fuels that drive to want to not have that same feeling again. And
yeah.
And
Montrell, you talked about, and I can remember after last week's show, I said to you, great job, and you looked at me and said, I didn't do well at all. And that wasn't true. You did a great job. What are you focusing on for next week's production? What are you focusing on for you? What are your goals for next week's show?
As me perform.
Yeah, what are you hoping for yourself? Because you felt like you didn't do a good job. What have you been working on right now to make sure you have a better performance?
Just trying to live in the story. I've been told by my director multiple times that I have good moments when I'm like emotional, but when it comes to like day-to-day living, I have trouble with that, and it's like an on and off basis, and I need to like practice just being in the story at all times.
Yeah, your emotional moments are great. They look real. Like there's sometimes you cry, and I'm like, is he really crying? Or
No,
is this
I saw the
fake?
sweat just coming
There's
down
a part
on my
that
face.
you get mad and beat up the tree, and I'm like, okay, is he okay? And it looks so real. Yeah. It's like I'm like, is this? Is he okay?
I mean,
because it's real. It looks real.
I just think about like hypothetical moments that could happen in my life where I hope it doesn't happen.
Sure.
Let out
Like,
the feelings.
and then it just lets out the feelings that just let it like all into the scene and stuff.
Well, I think y'all do a great job contrasting each other on stage. But guys, I have enjoyed talking with you all today. Y'all have been a lot of fun, and and I'm going to let each of y'all just have a final word. If you have a final word that you want to share to the audience, to your fellow students. Make sure it's great and positive, but I know y'all are three positive young men, but what's your final word today to the folks, Casey, as you being a senior?
It's a little bit of a story, and it's kind of connecting to what was just said about like the downs and ups and downs, is that I actually had a very big down this year, and it upset me greatly. So a little bit backstory, I did do a solo my sophomore year. I think I didn't place at Nationals, but I did go to Nationals. And I will never forget the crowd at Nationals. They loved it. I was Willy Wonka. They were screaming and hollering. They loved it. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get on a national stage. I didn't even want a trophy. I just wanted to go up there, perform, entertain a crowd, and go home.
Right.
I didn't want a trophy. And that's why I chose the song I did. It was very performative. It was very out there. And this year, I actually wasn't supposed to go to Nationals. At state, how it works is there are 3 judges. They'll judge you on like 5 categories, 100 points each. You need at least, out of a total of all 3 of them, 280 points to go. I had a 279.5. I was just off of making it to Nationals.
Right.
A couple days later, I get a text from my director saying, "Do you want me to bump you up?" And he did. He bumped me up, and I made it to Nationals. And it was emotional for me. It's very emotional for that to happen. And that's one thing, it hasn't quite hit me 100% yet, and this is my final word, is that this is going to be sad. Like, I have to leave all this behind, and I don't want to.
I heard you talking about that a little bit off camera, like transitioning out. This is sad for you?
This is going to be pretty sad for me, and I haven't bawled my eyes out yet, because it hasn't quite hit entirely yet, but we were reminiscing about memories in color guard, because when we have tryouts are this week, and we've had people come in and we like reminisce our memories to them.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say her name, Naeli. She's one of our people in color guard. She's very emotional. She's one of our freshmen. And she started crying about it, and it's really sweet to see that. It really, like, seeing someone care means a lot. And I got a little teary-eyed. I didn't cry, not yet, but I'm probably going to. I can guarantee you that.
Well, one of the things I know about you all is that you love your school, you love your friends and the people that you work with, because I see you all the time. And y'all are always smiling, and you make me proud to be your superintendent, because I feel like you all are thriving in our high school, and that makes me feel good. Tristan, a final word?
Yeah, what you were saying with all of us, like, laughing with our friends and everything, I just wanted to say, like, that the journey and the success feels great, and the work putting towards it is a lot more fun of a process when you're doing it and you're all in on something, with not alone. Like you have your friends and we have our group together and we're all 100% in together, and it's good to know that we all have each other's back and we're doing it together, and it feels good to know that.
That's great. That's great. Having people to go through it with you, because even when you have successes, there's a lot of tough days. It's directors yelling at you sometimes, fussing at you, and the reason y'all have so much success is we do have great directors who expect excellence, and they will call you on your stuff when you're not doing what you need to do. And so to be able to have people that you care about and your friends, and I know that means a lot. Montrell, a final word.
Okay. My final word is that people can change. And it's like you said, having that resilience and that drive to do what you want to do and putting yourself out there to be like one of the greats, you can make that change happen. You just gotta, I guess, like lock in and do what you can, because when we go out there and we do what we do, we don't do it with the goal to win. We go out there with the responsibility to win. We go do what we need to do for everyone else, because that's how we care. That's how we show our appreciation for the school, and they reciprocate us back with everything they need us to do to keep winning. And that's how we forego change and hope to inspire, and hopefully after all of this we inspire change for the people that follow after us.
Awesome. And you said a word. You said you don't just go there to win, you go there with the responsibility to win for the school. That was pretty powerful. And you talked about change, and you kind of came off the scene because I had seen you before, but you weren't really involved in much in the schools. No. These young men have been like super involved in school since they started, and you kind of come on the scene, and it's been great to watch your change and your evolution from being kind of just going to class to now being involved and being a leader within the school. Yeah. So I'm proud of that.
I mean, anybody can change. It's just that you got to have that will and that desire to like go out there and like do something with your life, because you only live life once.
Oh man,
you only live life once, so you got to like do something with it and try to put your all into whatever you got to do.
Hey, these young men have inspired me today. In their words, y'all have inspired me today, because y'all have like gone way deeper than what I thought this was going to be. Y'all have so much in your head and so much wisdom, and it was so great to speak to you. I know all of you. I see you all the time. Y'all yell at me, "Hey, O'Neal," and but it was really good to get to know you. And I want to talk to you, Casey, real quick, in that. And you talk about it being sad that you're leaving, and here it is about to be April, and then next month you graduate, and it's over. But what I want to do is encourage you. I believe you're going to Texas A&M, if I'm correct.
Yes,
you're going to Texas A&M. Take that same resilience, that same pride, and you go off to Texas A&M, and you represent Hempstead ISD in a great way. Take that same tenacity that you have, and I know it'll be sad because you have loved this part of it. I don't think I've ever seen a day that you weren't happy. If you were, you were faking it. If you weren't happy, you were faking it for me. And so don't be sad. Think about what's next and your future, and you have this whole life ahead of you. And so I don't know if there's anything else you want to say, but...
Oh, God. I don't know. It's just there's so much to say, but not enough words to describe.
Got it. Well, guys, I appreciate you being on the Higher Heights Unleashed podcast. And here it is. You hear from 3 students and just enjoyed their conversation. I am going to present them. You can't see it on the podcast, but I'm going to give all 3 of them a Be Bold pen, And in Hempstead, we say that we're going to be bold, be clear, be better. And all of them have been bold. Casey, you've been bold all 4 years as you've worked hard to work with that color guard and make it national champions. And so there's your Be Bold Award. Tristan, winning the speech contest and working with your other teammates and just being a leader here at Hempstead ISD. I know you do other things. You're also in athletics and you're in band. And thank you for being bold and making Hempstead ISD great. And Montrell, thank you for the evolution that I've seen from you, that you are now a leader within Hempstead ISD and moved from just a classroom to being involved like these young men have been since they've been in high school. I'm very proud of y'all. Y'all keep being bold. I know you, the seniors, which are Casey and Montrell, when you leave Hempstead High School, be bold, make great choices, and represent us well.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us for another episode of the Higher Heights Unleashed podcast. Thank you for taking a few minutes to stay connected with Hempstead ISD. We're proud of the work happening across our district, and we're grateful for the support of our community. Thank you for being a part of it.